Hello, my name is Deana Kahle, and I'm a licensed mental health professional in California. And this video is going to be talking about substance use and abuse. I want to give you an overview of the terms and then 3 questions to ask yourself to navigate your relationship with alcohol or to determine um, your reasons for consuming alcohol. This can apply to any other substance, but for this particular video, I wanted to focus on alcohol. And then as a bonus, I'll give you 3 questions to ask to improve communication in your relationship. So stay tuned for the bonus. So first of all, let me just define the terms substance use. Substance could be any substance, alcohol, drugs, any kind of chemical that can be abused or someone can become dependent upon. So use, substance use would just be our use of a substance. So alcohol, marijuana is legal in many states, things like that. Substance abuse would be having negative consequences as a result of too much use or overuse. And then dependence, otherwise known as addiction, has some pretty definitive components to that language. So to determine dependence or addiction, you would have to determine, is there a lack of control? Having a compulsion, the inability to stop when you said you're going to have 2 drinks and you have 8 and end up in Vegas, that would be a lack of control. An increased tolerance, so where 3 beers used to do it for you, now it takes 6 or 9, something like that. It's an increased tolerance, as well as withdrawal symptoms. Now, withdrawal symptoms everybody has as a result of a hangover, for instance. Those are withdrawal symptoms. But if these withdrawal symptoms are kind of on a regular basis, that can be considered a sign of dependence. And so withdrawal symptoms can happen anywhere from 2 hours to 4 days after your last consumption of alcohol. And actually, alcohol withdrawal is very dangerous. It does require medical supervision. So if there is a dependence issue or concern, it's really important to get checked out by a medical practitioner to determine if monitoring is important. It lowers the seizure threshold. There's just really all kinds of dangers associated with alcohol withdrawal. So that's a big deal. So to determine your relationship or how to navigate alcohol in your life, I have these 3 questions for you. What's the why? What's the what? And what's the need? And I'm going to break it down to you like this. First of all, it's sort of to cope or not to cope. That's the question. I don't know if it's a coping tool or skill or not. Some people can just use alcohol and control and enjoy and not have any issues or problems. But so these questions will help you determine what your relationship with alcohol is like. So what's the why? Why are you drinking? Is it to escape? Is it to decrease stress, to eliminate stress? Is it to fit in? Is it to celebrate? There's plenty of reasons why people drink. It's acceptable. It's sort of expected. In the law enforcement culture, the attitude has been, if I can't have a beer with you, I can't trust you. So there's many reasons why we drink alcohol. But ask yourself, why? Why am I drinking? What's the what? What is it that relates to your why? So for instance, if your why is to escape or relieve stress, ask yourself, what's that what? What is the stress? What is it exactly? What is this? Is it a frustration that I have? Is it anger? Is it just sadness? Is it to escape my current circumstances because they're yucky right now? What's that what? That just gives you a basis for exploring further what the why is, then what the what is. The last question is, what's the need that it's fulfilling for you? What's the need that it's giving you? Is it comfort? Is it security? Is it part of your identity? Like I said, going back to kind of law enforcement culture, alcohol is a big part, or has been, I should say, a big part of that culture. So determine what the need is for the what and the why. Is it to celebrate at a wedding and having a toast? Is it to have a bachelor party and connect with the guys at this bachelor party? So the need is connection. Um, is there a need for comfort? I feel comforted. I feel comfortable when I have alcohol on board after a stressful day. So that's the need, the comfort. This way, it also gives you the ability to kind of explore that further and determine, can those needs be met in other ways? And all of those questions can be talked through with a professional. If you have any concerns or considerations about your relationship with alcohol, certainly those are great questions to begin your exploration, and you can dive into those further with a mental health professional. So I promise you a bonus. So 3 questions to increase or improve your relationships. Any relationship that you want to improve communication with. Your kids, your spouse, your significant other, even those that you supervise, or a team of people that you check in with on a regular basis, colleagues, friends, family, you name it. So here's the 3 questions. How's your head? How's your heart? How's your health? Otherwise known as the 3H check-in. How's your head refers to mentally. How are things mentally? When things are stressful and chaotic, it's really easy for people to feel really disoriented or preoccupied. We have difficulty focusing on tasks. So mentally, that's a mental check-in. How's your head? How's your heart is the emotional check-in. How are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you content? Are you anxious or worried? How's your heart? What's happening in here? Are you broken? Are we heartbroken? Right? So good way to start a conversation about emotional health. The 3rd question, how's your health? Just what it means. How's your physical health? How are you sleeping? How are you eating? And by the way, those are 2 really important factors to determine sort of your level of stress, or your level of ability to cope with stress. If our sleeping and our eating is off, it's usually an indication something's wrong or something's going wrong. Now I get, sleeping can be very difficult and challenging for those of you that do shift work. But in general, sleeping should not be a traumatic experience. And if it is, then it likely requires intervention. So sleeping, eating, any symptoms of illness. Are you sick? Are you having any cold symptoms? Are you having any stress symptoms? Back pain, shoulder pain, stomach issues, headaches, things like that. And by the way, the physical health component, most of the time, 70 to 90% of the time, when people go to visit their primary care physician, their stress-related illnesses or stress-related physical symptoms. So I always say, if you can't figure out what's going on with you, what's wrong, your body is going to let you know. So physical health is important, and it's a good indicator of overall health. So to improve your relationships, to dive further into communication, ask, how's your head? How's your heart? And how's your health? If you would like to learn more or explore other topics or get in touch with a mental health professional, please visit thecounselingteam.com. Thank you for watching, and be safe.